Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. How are we doing on this Monday morning after week 2 of the NFL preseason? I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you all had a great weekend. Hope you all really enjoyed the football that came on. I know I watched a couple of games. Um, there were some hit and misses. I know there was a lot of problems with officiating throughout the weekend. Um, I know some starters played more than usual, which is good news because then that means we're getting ready for them to start the regular season. Hopefully, in week 3, the starters will play just a little bit more, maybe half a quarter to a quarter. We'll have to wait and see. But, you know, we're getting closer and closer to that week 1 game here in about 2 weeks. So it's really good to know we're getting back into the grind of regular season football, but it's also bad because there have been injuries. Yes, Ashton Genty did get hurt yesterday at practice, but they're calling it an ankle sprain. Nothing too serious, so he'll probably be held out until the regular season. The Chargers lost their center. It just seems like injuries are happening at a more uh, sufficient rate. I get it. There's injuries every year. I understand that completely and totally. But in my opinion, it just seems like almost every single day there's a new injury. There's a new injury. There's a new injury. And, when you go through this, it's not good. Good morning. Good morning. Also, we found out today that the Cleveland Browns have named Deshaun Watson as their week 1 starting quarterback, which I knew was going to happen. You're not going to pay that kind of money to a quarterback and not have him as your starter. Now, will he be on a really short, I guess you could say leeway? Probably. I mean, when it comes to the Browns and that quarterback room, it's up in the air, right? It really is. It's up in the air of what they're going to do there. But we do know that the Browns have named Deshaun Watson their starting quarterback going into week 1. But I do think that there will be a point, or could be a point, of if Deshaun Watson doesn't perform well, then yeah, they're going to put somebody else in. Chiefs football, Monday Night Football, the first week, absolutely, against the Denver Broncos. I'm very pumped for football season. I'm in Cali, and I'm a Ravens fan. There you go. Cali and a Ravens fan. Awesome. That's awesome. It's my birthday today, and no one has come. Well, happy birthday, brother. I hope you have a good day. Yep, the Broncos played. What's going on, Chester the Gamer? The whole first week, there are some really good games. I mean, you got a bunch of divisional games in week 1 of this season. It kind of reminds me of last year, where there was a bunch of divisional games week 1, and kind of like in college, there was a bunch of conference games in week 1. So it seems like the NFL is trying to get these more important games out there. Good to see you, go Niners, and thanks for letting Green go. You're welcome, 49er FSG. You're welcome. Hey, I'm happy we still have Hufunga. So I mean, I tell you, man, this year is up in the air. AFC West is going to be tough. Yeah, the AFC West is going to be a tough division. Now, with the Chargers going in, already getting injuries on that offensive line, that's not looking good for the Chargers. That's not looking good for the Chargers at all. You don't want to go into the season already having, your starting offensive lineman hurt. So, and the Super Bowl matchup, that's not every year in Ashton. Yes, Ashton did get hurt. What I read this morning was it was a sprained ankle. Some people were fearing it was a torn ACL and this and that yesterday. But I read this morning from Adam Schefter that it's a sprained ankle. Are the Cowboys going to be good? I think the Cowboys are going to be better than last year, and I do think the Cowboys have a chance to win that division. I really do. I really think the Cowboys do have a chance of winning that division this year. I think the Eagles still kind of have an identity crisis on the offensive side of the ball. I'm not there with the Commanders just yet, and the Giants. I think it's going to take a couple of years with all that coaching struggle and change and turnover there with the Giants and everybody coming off of injury, trying to get Jackson Dart not to injure himself. But they will eventually get there with Harbaugh. So this could be a good year for the Cowboys. So no AJ Brown on the Eagles. No, and that's an excuse they can't use. They can't go, well, it's AJ Brown, right? AJ Brown, he was bringing the locker room down. He was quitting on plays. Well, he's no longer there, so you can't use that excuse. The Ravens are really interesting for me. You've got a new head coach. Harbaugh's gone. Harbaugh had been there, since the dawn of time. And you've got, problems in that organization. I don't know how that running game's going to look this year. I don't know what Derrick Henry's going to look like. It's very interesting for the Ravens. Jitty got hurt. Yes, he has a sprained ankle. Lamar to the AFC Championship. No, I don't think Lamar Jackson and the Ravens make the AFC Championship game. And if I'm being completely honest, I could see a Baltimore Ravens team in 2027 without Lamar as their starting quarterback. Yeah, that's all they're saying it was a sprained ankle. So, yeah, that's all they're saying it was a sprained ankle for Genty. That's what I read anyway. Think Texans got a chance. So the Texans in the AFC South. Well, you got to see how the Jaguars are going to do. Are the Jaguars going to get rid of the stigma of having a good year, bad year, good year, bad year, good year, bad year? Are the Colts going to be able to pick back up where they were before Daniel Jones and everybody got hurt? You got a good tight end there in Indy. You got a good running game. Can C.J. Stroud decide, that he finally figured out what color jersey his wide receivers wear? It's going to be a struggle, but you still have a very good defense there in Tennessee or in Houston with the Texans. I don't think Tennessee's there just yet. Right now, if I'm a Texans fan, I'm more worried about, hey guys, what's going on? I'm more worried about how are the Jaguars and the Colts going to look? So, how am I still a free agent? Because I'm on the IR. Baltimore should trade Lamar and go get Shedeur. Well, Baltimore wanted to draft Shedeur, but Shedeur didn't want to be the backup to Lamar last year. Joe Burrow is tired of losing. Joe Burrow absolutely is tired of losing. Joe Burrow 100% is tired of losing. And they've got, Zach Taylor, the head coach there, I think is actually coaching for his job this year. I knew Watson was going to be named starter. I knew he was. You're not going to pay somebody $80 million, and I'm talking about your cap hit and cash all together just to sit on the sideline. You're not going to do that. So, no, I knew he was going to get named the starter. I tried to tell everybody last week that Deshaun Watson was going to be named the starter. You got to remember, it was the owner who wanted Deshaun Watson. It was the owner who made the trade. It was the owner that paid him all that money. And while the owner is still there and Deshaun Watson's still there, and if Deshaun Watson is healthy, Deshaun Watson's going to play. Now, you do have a new coach. You do have a new coaching system there in Cleveland this year. You do got a multitude of backup quarterbacks there in Cleveland. You also got Shedeur Sanders and all the hype around him. But with Deshaun Watson making that kind of money, he was going to be named the starter. And that's not a guess, right? That was pretty much guaranteed. I mean, what is his total money this year? I'm not talking about his cap hit. So his cap hit is 40.9. But his cash total is 46. So he's making $86 million. And I'm talking about with bonuses. So his cash total is what they did to get his cap number down. So he's still making that money. And you're not going to put that contract on the sideline holding a clipboard. You're not going to do it. You're absolutely not. And that's what I was trying to tell everybody last week.
Good morning, Arthur. How you feeling?
Oh, I'm hurting, brother, but I'm here. My leg is all swollen.
Oh, I imagine. Did you catch the game Friday?
I watched some of it. I was in and out of it a lot because of the pain.
Mm-hmm. But man, we did not look too good after that first drive when the starters went out. After that, it was just all Green Bay.
Yeah, our backups looked bad, and Stidham really showed who Stidham was, which I knew he would. Another thing, I saw a lot of criticism for the officiating in that game. It's preseason; the refs are getting back into the flow of it as well. There were some, and I'm talking about all the NFL. There were some ticky-tacky penalties this week, which is going to be expected, especially in the NFL. The Packers did look good, though. I'm not going to say they didn't. They looked really good. Both teams came out. Both team starters looked really good, and I was very impressed with both of them. I mean, again, it's the preseason. You lose, it doesn't matter. You're trying to, especially in week 2 of the preseason, right? Your week 2 is your floater game. Okay, your week 2 is the game that you are trying to see who you have in everybody, and I mean everybody on that roster. Because come week 3, you're going to be playing more of your starters a little bit longer, which means your third stringers and your fourth stringers aren't really going to get that much time. So in week 2, you're going out there and you're trying to see who you have in what position. Right? You're trying to see, can this guy make special teams? Can this guy make the practice squad? Could this guy be a third, fourth, fifth wide receiver kind of deal? So that's what's up with the second week of the preseason, right? Your first week, everybody's back to football, right? You normally don't play your starters. Your second week, you sprinkle your starters in there a little bit. You let them get back into the feel of a football game, but then you throw everybody out there. Because you've got cuts that are coming this week, right? You went into last week with 90. I think you have to go into this week with 70 something. And then after next week, or between the ending of this week and next week, you've got to get down to a 53-man roster.
I think it should be more than that, but that's just my opinion.
Well, I agree with you. I've been saying it for a while that we need expanded rosters. But you in your second week, you're literally throwing everybody out there to see who you have and what potential players you have, what potential practice squad, special teamers, third string running backs, fourth, fifth string wide receivers, right? You're throwing everybody out there to say, hey, can this guy be worth keeping a roster spot? Because I only have 53 of them and 16 practice squad players. So that's why if you look at the scores for week 2, there was a big disparity in the scores in week 2 compared to week 1, right? Week 1, there were almost every game was close, right? Week 1, there were so many close games, but then when you look at week 2, I mean, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 close games. 5 out of the 16. And then if you look at the other scores, you've got 34-13 Cowboys over the Cardinals, 27-9 Bengals over the Bears, 26-3 Giants over the Dolphins, 34-0 Rams over the Saints, 34-6 Falcons over the Colts, 31-7 Bills over the Browns, 33-13 Packers over the Broncos, 34-17 Panthers over the Jaguars, 17-0 Jets over the Steelers, 41-17 49ers over the Chargers. So, there, again, week 2 is such a disparity, and I get it. You want to look at it and go, oh my gosh, the Broncos came out lighting it on fire. in week 1 of the preseason, but week 2, what happened? It's because you're throwing everybody out there. You've got to literally see of all your draft picks, your undrafted free agent, everybody you signed, who can make the team? Who am I going to keep on this team? Because you got to remember, come next weekend, over 1,000 players are not going to have a job. Hey, Snaps.
Hey, Armchair.
You know, come next week, after next week, 1,000 football players that are playing in the NFL now and this weekend are not going to be in the NFL.
Did you hear that the 49ers owner got arrested?
No, I did not hear that.
Yep.
On what charges?
Prostitution.
Nice. Well, I guess him and Robert Kraft have something in common.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean,
How
damn.
do you feel about Deshaun Watson being named the starter for week 1?
I knew that was going to happen. I'd been saying that all last week. You're not putting a 40.9 salary cap hit on the bench, and you're also, 40.9 million on the bench, plus you're paying him 46 million in cash. You're not putting him on the bench starting week 1. Now, is he going to be on a play-by-play, drive-by-drive basis? Probably. You're not going to throw away the season for it, but you're also, on the other hand, not going to just put it on the sideline, right? You're not going to do that. And that's what I was trying to get across last week, was you're not keeping that contract on the sideline. It's not happening. So, yeah, no, it's not. But yeah, I had my surgery on Thursday. The nerve block finally got out of my system about Friday afternoon. My entire right leg is completely bruised and swollen. I've been doing, my at-home physical therapy. I have physical therapy tomorrow. So I've just been taking it easy, doing, what they told me to do, walking around and stuff like that. Making sure I keep it moving, making sure, I keep it elevated, iced up and stuff like that. But yeah, my entire right leg is nothing but a giant bruise.
Are you turning into the Terminator?
What's that?
I saw you turning into the Terminator.
No, my wife found the perfect shirt for me. It says, turning into the Bionic Man, one joint at a time.
Right?
So, but yeah, I tell you, this is an interesting surgery. I looked it up, looked up the pros and the cons and everything, and there are way more pros than there are cons. The biggest con they always say is the recovery. It's a 3-month recovery.
A friend of mine had a total hip replacement, and he was back to work pretty quick, so you should be all right.
Yeah, I know they say the hips are easier to recover from than the knees. I was looking, I got interested. So last night I looked up on the Red app to see a 3D model of the surgery, right, that I just had. And I tell you, it's really interesting what they do when you get a total knee replacement. It's really interesting.
Oh, yeah.
So,
hey, what's now say about the 49ers and prostitution?
something about the owner.
Jay Gore?
Yeah, he got arrested.
Are you kidding me?
Not kidding you, Jam.
What a gangster.
Man, I tell you, if it ain't injuries, if it ain't coaches getting in trouble, assistants getting in trouble, now it's the owners.
That is, oh my God.
Oh, complete ankle restriction. Yikes.
That's embarrassing
So,
for the 49ers.
Yesterday, the whole entire media was saying Gentry was out for the year.
Yeah, I saw that. All he has is a sprained ankle. Well, at least that's what I saw this morning.
That's what
Some
they're
guy
saying.
named Scoops. I didn't see anything on that injury.
So last night, a whole bunch of people were reporting that Genty was helped off the field. He could have put no pressure on his leg, that he possibly tore his ACL, out for the entire year. And then I saw this morning that I think it was Adam Schefter that reported that it's just a sprained ankle.
Yeah, there's a Scoops guy going around saying a bunch of crap. He does it all the time. Bullshit. That's where that came from.
Well, if you look up on X NFL rumors, be very careful of what you believe from him. His account, NFL rumors.
Yep.
I mean, I do follow the guy because he does get, 1 out of every 4 correct. But just be careful, that's why anytime I see, because he always tries to be first instead of correct.
Yeah.
So when something of his drops, I'll go through Schefter, Tom Pelissaro, Ian Rappaport and all them. I'll pull their accounts up and see what they've got to say about it and everything. So I'm always really careful when it comes to especially NFL rumor on X. There's another one you got to be careful with as well on there that they try to also be first instead of correct. So it's all, that's why when I go get my information to do my shorts, I follow all of these accounts and I follow, lower accounts, but I also follow the team accounts so that I can compare them and get the right information out. And again, like I said, I don't want to be first. I want to be correct. That's why I normally wait a day. If I find something today, I'll report on it tomorrow.
Armchair
I
Bud.
only follow the team insider.
Safety Bud Clark broke his entire ankle and he's out for multiple months.
I saw that for the Seahawks.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw about Tyler Badaz. Is that how you say his name? Badaz, the starting center for the Chargers?
Yeah, he's out for the year.
He's out for the year. Also, and that's what I was saying in my short this morning was we haven't even got to the regular season. And the Chargers are now having offensive line problems.
Did you see that the Ravens starting center as well is out for the entire year?
No, I have not seen that one.
Danny Pinner, he's out for the whole year.
Wow.
So it's like now, when people talk about Ravens,
Morning.
that offensive line, that worries me. Because you have a third-string center starting now.
Yeah, you have a young guy starting center.
For the Ravens.
We also have a young guy for the Chargers as well.
Yeah.
Now, again, though, they could pick up somebody from another team, another practice squad. You still got a couple weeks before the regular season, so you could bring them in now and, get them. You'll have 2 weeks to get them initiated into your scheme and stuff like that.
Well,
Armchair, did Ashton Genty break his leg?
No, he only has a sprained ankle to what I've seen.
he'll probably miss like week 1. And possibly week 2.
Yesterday, everybody online was at... Dude, hold on, guys. I'm getting a phone call. Saying a couple weeks ago when we were talking about division winners and everything when it came to the Chargers. I said the Chargers could be the AFC West division winner again if with the magical if word, like SpongeBob imagination. they stay healthy.
Yeah,
So
I'm sure. What do you use it for your system here? Everybody seems to be lower except for you. And I was just wondering what do you use for microphone and all that?
oh, I use a HyperX microphone, which is right here.
Microphone, but they say it's too loud when I use it.
Well, if you use the HyperX, you don't want it close to you. You actually want it a pretty good distance. Mine is about 2 feet away from me because it'll pick up sounds that are 5 feet away from the mic. So if you're going to use the HyperX, make sure it's not close to your mouth. You want it. I've got mine on a mount on a mic arm.
Could you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Is it loud?
No, you just got an echo. But yeah.
Hey, like you said, hey, Armchair. So now that the
Whoever that is has got a really bad echo.
Bad echo chamber. Is it me, Armchair?
What's up?
I was just wondering if I was the echo chamber.
No, it wasn't you.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, football gurus and fans? Yeah, I'm a Cowboys fan, man. We look good during the preseason. I hope that carries into the regular season. But yeah, what I was saying is, man, I had some major accident, and I raised my right leg up, and my foot was just dangling. Right?
Ow!
Yeah. So I had to have it was a 3-hour surgery. I had to have a titanium rod, a plate, 3 pins and 3 screws installed. So yeah, that really sucked.
Yeah, it sounds it. But back to your Cowboys, I have the Cowboys winning that division this year. I really do. I think that the Cowboys can roll over what they did with Brian Schottenheimer as their head coach. Dak looked really good. Dak looks really good this year. You still got 2 good wide receivers. Your running game looked good. You really addressed some of the concerns there on defense. Again, I'm not too concerned about the Commanders. I'm not too concerned about the Giants just yet. The Eagles, they have a problem on finding an offensive identity. So, but I really think so. Good morning. I really think that the Cowboys could win that division. I honestly think they could. This is a good year for them. If they can roll over, especially what they were doing on offense, right? They, at one point in time last year, they had the number 1 offense in the NFL. Now, at one point in time, they had the very worst defense, but they did go out and get some corner help in free agency and things like that. So I think there is a possibility.
Rolling, brother. Christian Parker's got those guys rolling. I apologize. I didn't mean to interrupt. David, bro, you got a lot of background feed, dude.
Yeah, I was just checking something. This microphone's messed up. It's this microphone I have.
Hey, quick commercial break. Everybody tap, tap, tap. And, if you can, send in your daily heart.
Hey, Armchair.
Yes, sir.
When you're talking about the Chargers and staying healthy, now that they just lost their starting center, does that affect them going into this season?
Absolutely it does. Losing your starting center, you got to remember, your center is your quarterback of your offensive line, right? He's the one that does all the checks and audibles for your center or for your offensive line. He's the one that picks up the blitzes. He's the one that does the shifts and everything like that. And you know, the center to quarterback exchange is very important, especially in shotgun. But even under center, you know, when a quarterback has a center for a long time, they get a feel for the snap of the ball. And when you lose your starting center, you've got to now get that new feel with a new guy. And you've got to get the rhythm down, the snap count down. You got to get the timing right, because some centers snap the ball faster than other centers. So, and it may be a fraction of a second, but that fraction of a second is the difference between a quarterback already pulling his hands out, right? That's why when you see a center getting hurt during a game, the quarterback automatically runs over to the sideline, and they're over there practicing snap after snap after snap. And they even tell you during the game, you know, well, we're going to have to watch the quarterback exchange. We're going to have to watch the shotgun snaps and everything like that. So yeah, losing a center is a big deal. Could the Bills win the division? It's a very tough season for the Bills, in my opinion. It really is. It's a very tough season. Sean McDermott's gone. You promoted from within. Josh Allen's still making a ton of money. You've got okay wide receivers. I'm going to say you got the best. That defense is okay. I don't know what the Patriots are going to look like this year. Again, everybody kept saying, oh, they were only good last year because they had the easiest schedule. I don't believe in that. I never have. I never will. But the Dolphins, I'm not really too concerned with the Dolphins. And the Jets have problems, so it could be between the Bills and the Patriots. It absolutely could be between the Bills and the Patriots.
The Jets didn't look too bad. Well, they're rookie, man.
So, I mean, I honestly don't know how that division is going to play out this year. There's a lot of ups in the airs in divisions this year. A lot. I mean, this year is kind of like last year, but, you know, last year it seemed like anybody could have been the going to the Super Bowl. This year, you kind of got your finger on certain teams that you think could do it. So... I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm going to get up and move around here for just a minute, get my knee going, but I'll still follow the conversation and everything.
I mean, okay. So, Armchair, give us your top 3 teams in the AFC right now.
Top 3 teams in the AFC right now.
Broncos.
I've got Broncos, Chiefs. I can't personally not put the Chiefs in that conversation.
Are you putting the Chiefs or are you not putting the Chiefs?
No, I am putting the Chiefs. I can't not put the Chiefs in there.
Okay.
And honestly, I like the Colts. I do. I like the Colts. I think everybody coming back healthy, the Colts can really continue what they were doing. I mean, I want to say the Jaguars, but everybody keeps reminding me of their history.
1 year good, 1 year bad.
So, yeah, 1 good year, 1 bad year. 1 good year, 1 bad year. So, and I'm hoping with Liam Cohen and how you finally have some sort of stability there with Trevor Lawrence that we can break out of that cycle. You know, everybody wants to bring up the whole, oh, they have a good year, they have a bad year, they have a good year, they have a bad year. But if you look at it through that stretch of time, how many head coaches did we go through? How many coordinators did we go through?
Wow.
A bunch. And so you've got to add that into the equation. Hold on, I'm trying to bring you up. I just saw it right now.
Hey, Armchair, how do you like the signing of Taylor Rapp?
I really don't know.
Who's he for?
Bill safety Taylor Rapp.
Oh, that we got?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I watched a little bit of his tape. He looks alright.
Well, that's the thing. You know, the Bills, they need good defensive help. You know, that's what I was saying last year about the Kansas City Chiefs, and everybody thought I was just bashing on the Chiefs because, as you can tell, I'm a giant Broncos fan. I was saying that I was concerned about the Chiefs last year because they did not have a running game and their defensive backfield was very bad, and that more of the pressure was going to be put on Patrick Mahomes, which could have led to him getting hurt, and it all came out to be true. You know, when you saw what happened between the Chiefs and the Eagles in Super Bowl 59, it was apparent of where their weaknesses were. Now, going into this year, the Chiefs, they worked on that offensive line. They brought in K9. Again, I don't need K9 to come out there and be CJ 2K. I don't need a Chris Johnson 2.0. I just need, you know, K9 to get out there and, you know, he gets me 900 to 1,000 yards this year. I'm happy. Because then that takes pressure off of Mahomes, which keeps him upright, keeps the defense honest, and helps my passing game. You know, it's the same thing with the Broncos. I don't need J.K. Dobbins to be, again, CJ 2K. I need Dobbins to stay healthy, 1,000 yards, and take pressure off of Bo Nix going into year 3. So that's how I look at it. You know, everybody's like, this is why I don't play fantasy. Because fantasy people want their player to go out and dominate in numbers. I look at football under a team aspect of I need the team to come together to win a Super Bowl, not have my quarterback throw for 6,000 yards and us not even get to the playoffs, you know, so to say. I know that's hyperbolic, but I'm just, that's what I'm trying to get as my point. I want an all-around team because if my run game can take pressure off my passing game, then there's going to be a game where my passing game is going to take pressure off my run game. And then that helps out my defense in turn because it keeps them on the sideline. The longer I keep my defense on the sideline, better I'm doing. Because that means I'm controlling the game, controlling the line of scrimmage, controlling the time of possession. If I'm ending every drive, even in a field goal, I'm doing good. But, you know, you're going to get a couple touchdowns out of it as well. So, what's going on? What's going on, guys? I'm still trying to keep up with the conversations.
My Bo Nix jersey came in today in the mail, and I'm very happy.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, honestly,
What color did you get?
I got the orange, and I ordered the throwback too. Both
nice. I was going to ask you if you got the throwback.
Yeah, the throwback was nice, bro. I had to.
I got the Cortland Sutton orange, and I got the Bo Nix blue.
Yeah, I think the next one for me is Sertan.
Yeah.
See, I'm not a big fan of the Blues. When Denver back in '97 came out with their all blue uniform, I was not a big fan of it. I've always been a fan of the orange. Always.
Yeah, the orange looks so much better. Yeah.
And so when I think of Bronco football, I think of blue and orange. That's like saying, you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan, but you rather them wear purple than red.
Yeah, that's so true.
So,
But armchair, man, it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be a good year.
this year,
I got the throwback Knicks Benito jersey. My next one is either a Jalen Waddle or a Bo Nix.
Yeah, I'll do both.
when everybody's talking about teams, and I've looked up the
daughter
Vegas
just got-
percentage for the Super Bowl.
My daughter just got this one.
Oh, that's fire, bro. I like
Armchair.
that.
Nice.
Big old
You can't
stick.
say you're Broncos.
I'm so I man.
I like that. That's nice.
Can't include your You can't include your team.
So yeah, I'm trying to figure out which game I'm going to, either the Jaguars or the Rams game. I'm flying into Denver.
Nice.
Well, if I'm able to, I think the only game I'm going to be able to go to this year is the Cowboys and the Cardinals because it's only 2 hours from me.
Oh, nice.
And I want to take my wife to go watch her favorite team for the first time ever. She's a diehard Cardinals fan.
That'd be
Oh,
awesome.
nice. That'll be really good for her.
But again, that all depends on if I'm still using this.
Armchair, I get to watch I live in Arizona. I get to watch the Cardinals Broncos game.
Awesome. I used to live in Arizona.
Yeah, bro, I like it. Where
Um,
are you at right now?
I live in Texas.
Oh, nice. Like Dallas?
No. I live about 2 hours, 2.5 hours east of Jerry World.
Oh, okay.
But if you guys have looked up the Vegas percentage of who's going to win the Super Bowl, some of them I disagree with because I don't see an all-around team. Like they have the Baltimore Ravens as a favorite to win the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how. They don't have an all-around team. We got, questions at the running back. We got a new head coach. What's Lamar going to look like? And then you've got the Rams, the 49ers. Yeah, I'll agree with those, but the 49ers have got to stay healthy.
You forgot one, Armchair.
What's up?
They're Super Bowl contenders every year.
Everybody is starting, week one because everybody can make it to a Super Bowl in week one. I mean, this is what I was telling everybody last week because all we heard last year, right, was the New England Patriots only made it to the Super Bowl because they had the easiest schedule, right? That's what everybody said. Drake made, MVP because of the easiest schedule, right? Isn't that what everybody said?
Yep.
So if we go by that logic, then that means the Cleveland Browns are going to be in Super Bowl 61 and Deshaun Watson is going to be an MVP candidate. Because the Cleveland Browns have the easiest schedule in 2026.
I think that's just a terrible take.
Now, if the Browns made it to the Super Bowl, would I be heartbroken? Absolutely not. Browns have never been to a Super Bowl.
I'm just talking about the schedule narrative.
Oh, yeah. I can't stand it because how you get strength of schedule is they add up everybody you play this year, what their win-loss record was last year, and then they divide it. But tell me what NFL team, what 32 NFL team is the same exact team from last year?
That's just not... It's pretty hard to think.
None of them are. There is not a single NFL team that's the same as last year. You lost players in free agency. You brought in players from free agency. You lost head coaches. You brought in new coordinators. You drafted players, different schemes. All of that.
Yeah.
It's all different.
So where's the Super Bowl at?
It's in LA.
Oh,
It's
shit.
at SoFi.
Well, then I'm gonna start saving up. Hopefully, we make it there. I'm trying to go to the Super Bowl.
I love the colors for Super Bowl 61. They kind of remind me of the Miami Dolphins. But I'm talking like 1980s Miami Dolphins. Back when the Dolphins used to have an orange jersey.
I'm not spending a lot of money to go to the.
No, I'm not going to spend money to go to the Super either. Anyway, I'm not spending $50,000 to $75,000 a ticket.
You're out of your mind. I've technically been to a Super Bowl.
I'd rather spend my happy butt on my couch at home watching it in the comfort of my own home where I don't got to spend $50 for a beer.
Yeah, I had 25K saved up from last year. I was going to go to the Super Bowl, but we didn't make it. But now I rolled it over to this year, and I'll be able to go this year if we make it.
How much is it?
I'll represent us. I'll probably need 75 grand total.
Wow.
Flight, hotel, that stuff's expensive.
That's not worth it.
I mean,
Super Bowl tickets, man, are ridiculous.
just imagine, bro. I get on a live one day knowing I went in the Super Bowl and watched my team win. There's nothing better than that.
Well, what happens if you go and you watch your team lose like I did?
It's better than nothing.
That happened to you, Snaps? Yeah, I was outside U.S. Bank Stadium when the Patriots lost to the Eagles.
For some reason, guys, ever since last week, it's only allowing me to let 6 people up. Every time I get 6 people up, it tells me I'm at the maximum number. I don't know why. I've been talking to Ward Chan about it. He says that he's been having problems.
Are you a boomer sooner?
So,
Yep, right here.
Could you change like the format to Steve?
I don't know what is going on. Just like I keep getting hit with that unoriginal content violation.
75K.
Would I go to the Super Bowl?
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Palace on the Prairie.
Would it be fun to go to a Super Bowl? Absolutely. Absolutely it would be.
Oh, yeah.
But that is a lot of money.
Yeah.
I built houses.
My father took me to the Giants Patriots one in 2011.
So you make pretty good bread.
Were you actually inside the stadium?
Yeah, I built.
Yeah,
I
I was
$1 million
inside the
house
stadium.
in
My father
Arizona.
took me. I was a kid. So I got to see the Giants win the Super Bowl at least.
If you have the income for it,
Oh yeah, for sure. It wouldn't even.
oh yeah, do it.
I mean,
I'm a diehard Lakers fan. Every time we play the Suns, I'm courtside, front row, right on the court.
Sick.
I haven't missed a game since I've been going to games.
that's cool. You've been in over 200 Cowboys games since 1975. I like that.
Hey, Cowboy Stadium is pretty.
I've been to
Yeah.
Jerry World. I have.
Jerry World's nice.
Yeah, but you know what's
Jerry World's nice,
here's what's funny to think about Jerry World. It's already outdated.
Jerry World.
already outdated.
It's like 5 years outdated.
I've never been to
Yo,
a
but Armchair, our stadium's going to be updated for a little while because we're probably going to go crazy on it.
I don't. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of the renditions of our new stadium. I'm not a big fan of the retractable roof.
You don't
Again,
like it?
I state that as a fan. Now, if I'm part of the ownership group and I'm dropping $4 billion of my own money onto a stadium, I understand why it's a retractable roof. But as a fan who likes the cold weather, who likes the environment, who likes the snow, here's another question. And I was thinking about this from this past weekend's preseason game. What happens every home game? What happens every home game before the kickoff?
Cold, snow.
No. We have parachuters that land in the stadium.
Yeah, parachuters, you're right.
With a retractable roof, you ain't going to have that.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
You see the new horse?
Oh, yeah, the new Thunder.
See how pretty she looks?
Oh, yeah. She's a lot bigger, too.
Yeah, that horse.
Yeah,
is
she
beautiful.
looks huge.
I mean, that's it. I think that's gonna be the goal for the whole NFL. especially for all the fall teams, you're gonna see indoor stadiums.
That's dumb.
Bill
Well,
got that.
if
No, the Bills have a retractable roof.
no, the no, 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 no,
Really?
the Bills do not have a retractable roof. They have a 35% covered roof.
But Armchair, don't you think it's good if it rains or if it snows to have the roof cover the stadium?
No,
That's the fun. That takes the fun out of it.
absolutely not.
I like Miami's. Miami
I
covers
want
the field.
to. When I used to play video games, I would always put it in the snow or in the rain.
Yeah, but it's like armchair. The NFL is more of entertainment and a business, so they're just trying to.
That
Provide a
yes.
better
See,
future for
when
them.
you look at it from an owner's point of view, you're going to drop $4 billion of your own money on the stadium. So you want the venue open for more things. You want to possibly hold a Super Bowl. So that aspect, I completely 100% understand from an owner's point of
WrestleMania.
view. But as a
And the Bowl.
fan who watched the Fog Bowl, who watched the Mud Bowl, who's seen the Blizzard Bowl, who's seen the replays of the Ice Bowl, that is
Yeah.
what makes the NFL so much different than any other professional sport.
I get it, but I mean,
Oldest
at least
stadium is Green Bay, right?
Green Bay's not going to get one though.
No,
They're the oldest.
Green Bay will never get a dome.
Green Bay won't get a dome. Buffalo won't get a dome.
I
can see New York
know.
getting one.
Kansas City is getting a dome. The Jaguars are putting a dome over theirs next year.
Really?
The Browns are getting a dome.
Brown. Oh yeah,
Um,
the Browns in the Brown Stadium. The Brown Stadium looks nice.
the Titans are getting a dome. The Texans are getting a new dome.
They don't need one.
Broncos are getting one.
Well, we're getting a retractable roof dome. Well, no, the Texans absolutely do need a new stadium. That thing is
What,
so
Arlington?
outdated. It actually costs more money to keep it in compliance than it would be to tear it down and build a new stadium.
They're the NRG Stadium, right?
Yeah, the NRG Stadium, the first ever retractable NFL roof stadium.
I like Miami Stadium.
Oh, Hard Rock.
That's nice.
Hard Rock's nice. Hard Rock's nice.
Cause look, it's an open stadium, but it covers like
It covers the
City.
majority of the crowd.
Well,
Yeah.
Gillette Stadium will never get a dome.
it just
Oh,
depends
gosh,
what
no.
you sit. Cause if you sit end zone backfield, you're cooked. You're cooked. The sun's in your eyes 24/7.
I don't think the Seahawks will ever get a dome.
No, Seahawks won't.
No. They use their like fans and that shit to their advantage.
No,
Denver should never get a dome.
You think the
The-
Redskins are going to get a dome?
the Commanders are getting a dome. Their new stadium will 100% be a dome.
How about is Chicago?
Yes, the Bears are getting a dome.
So then that's I don't get it though for teams that are doing it because then you're taking away your
Because
your
again,
advantage.
we are, and I make the same problem too. I commit the same sin. I'm thinking of it as a fan who loves the snow, the fog, the cold, the ice, the rain, the blizzards, the downpours,
The crazy wind.
the wind, right? We're thinking of it as a fan. Now, think of it as an owner, especially the owners who are paying for it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And even with taxpayer money, you're gonna want a return. So why am I putting $4 billion into a stadium that's only going to be open a maximum of 11 to 12 weeks a year when I can build this stadium that can host the Super Bowl, right? That can host the Final Four, WrestleMania, massive concerts, all of that.
There are
right?
stadiums that are open that have done it.
Who's the Giants' new head coach? Oh yeah, that's horrible. Sorry about that.
Like MetLife has an open stadium and like they do all the kind of business.
MetLife has it, and they only held the Super Bowl once, and it was a test run, and they said they never do it again.
At where?
MetLife.
Really?
At an outside stadium?
Yes, MetLife. No. They're never going to do it where it's cold again. In an outdoor stadium.
Well, yeah,
Oh.
February in New York is pretty cold.
Well, yeah, because that's just a terrible idea.
So you got to think of it that way. You got to think of.
Has the Super Bowl been in like LA for the past 3 years?
No, it was what, 5 or 6 years ago that it was in LA.
Yeah, but it's always in California. What are you trying to say?
That's what I feel like.
Or,
It's always in
or like
California.
Vegas.
It was in Vegas. It was in San Francisco, LA.
Florida, wasn't it?
Well, it's just like the Buccaneers are getting a new stadium.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Buccaneers are.
No.
Yes.
I love that stadium.
I think every team will get a new stadium eventually.
Not Gillette.
Not MetLife.
No, MetLife ain't ever going anywhere, unfortunately.
Giants and Jets are always going to share the names.
Well, that's MetLife.
Yeah. You guys have just take care of the Jets.
But yeah,
We've always been better than them, so.
what is it? Raymond T. James Stadium there in Tampa Bay. Yeah, they're getting a new one.
Yeah, I love that ship. I hope they keep the ship.
And like I said, after this season, because see, next year the Jaguars will not be playing in Jacksonville. After the end of the 2026 season, the Jaguars Stadium will be under over a year-long construction.
So then where will they... Are they still going to be in Jacksonville or
No, they're going to be playing on the other side of Florida.
What the heck?
Yeah,
Oh, they're going to be playing.
I think
No.
Florida State.
So then what is the point to have a team for Jacksonville if it's not going to be in their city?
Well, no. They're not playing there for a year because it's going to be under construction. You can't
No, but,
play.
like,
They're
when
not moving the stadium.
When they come back, they're still going to Jacksonville, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Once the stadium is
Oh,
done in
okay.
2028.
Oh.
They're not like building.
Did you guys
a
see
new
that
stadium, They're just updating it.
I mean,
Dude,
the only time they'll do a Super Bowl in the cold, if they have a roof. Like a
dome.
roof. Yeah, don't.
Well, that's why you get them in Minnesota, Detroit, Indianapolis, because you're in a dome. So it doesn't matter.
I've only been to like maybe 12 or 13 stadiums. I do want to go to all of them though.
I've been to many of them, not during games, but I've been to them.
I've been to the Broncos, Vegas, the Cardinals.
Yeah, I went to MetLife. I say one of the nicest stadiums I've been to is Carolina's.
They're even getting a renovation. Carolina is.
Are they getting a dome too?
I have heard
I
it's
would
supposed
say
to be a
there's
translucent dome. Kind of like what
Not a
Jacksonville
single
is
picture of
doing.
Cam Newton there. No, not a single picture of Cam Newton.
But guys, I'm going to end it here. We've been at it for an hour. I'm going to have to go ice down my knee. I won't be able to do it the full 2 hours because of just having knee surgery. So I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with me and allowing me to walk around in the back room or the background. But yes, I will, try to be live as much as I can this week. Again, I'm only going to do it for about an hour because I have to keep, ice on my knee and everything. So I do appreciate y'all coming in and hanging out with me. I really do. I thank y'all for the well wishes and everything. I hope y'all have a great rest of your Monday. Please stay safe.
You too, Armchair.
Please have fun and know that I love you and my family loves you. And I'll catch y'all later. Peace.
Peace.